I'm gonna rough and tough him. I'm going to war the African style. He's gonna come with a European style. I am going to war. That's all I know right now.
So, folks, today we're diving into a tale filled with ambition, conflict, and relentless competition. I'm going to tell you how Oleksandr Usyk first faced the harsh reality of the heavyweight division against the powerful and notoriously controversial Derek Chissora. So, my friends, don't forget to stick around until the end of this video, and remember to hit that like button. It's going to be a tense ride.
Either we knock him out or he's gonna quit on his stool. That's what we're going for.
Usyk became a household name after his triumph at the 2012 Olympics. His victorious dance after defeating Italy's Clemente Russo went viral, making even those who didn't follow boxing recognize the name of the new champion.
All the marks for the boxing.
In professional boxing, he climbed to the top at an incredible pace, becoming a world champion in just his 10th fight, breaking Evander Holyfield's record. Wins over Mary's Bridis and Tony Bellew solidified his status not just in Europe, but globally. But Usyk's ambitions were even greater. He dreamed of standing alongside the greatest boxers in history, like Evander Holyfield and David Haye, who claimed world titles in both cruiserweight and heavyweight divisions. After his triumph, Usyk decided to take a bold step and move up to heavyweight. His first serious opponent was Derek Chissora, a fighter known for his power and controversial antics. Remember the fight against Vitaly Klitschko in 2012? Chisora shocked the world by slapping the Ukrainian in the face before the fight and then spitting in his brother Vladimir's face in the ring. That incident became one of the most talked about moments in boxing history. This guy feared nothing, and his provocations extended beyond the ring. At the post-fight press conference with Klitschko, Derek threw down with David Haye right in front of the crowd, leading to a temporary ban.
You wanna fight me?
But soon after their showdown in the ring, Haye became his manager, adding even more intrigue.
This is just unbelievable. I mean, tell us how it...
Should I?
At the pre-fight press conference, Chisora put on a full show. He arrived dressed like the Joker, his face painted white with the word war scrawled across his chest and a black smile painted on his face. He confidently declared his readiness for violence and war.
I told him I'm bringing the African Mandingo style. I'm gonna rough and tough him. I'm going to war the African style. He's gonna come with a European style. I am going to war. That's all I know right now. Today's war time. It's fight time. So I am going to war. Don't miss it. I'm fit and you'll be very surprised what's gonna be happening in the ring. Either we knock him out or he's gonna quit on his stool. That's what we're going for.
Are you ready for war on Saturday night? Do you expect war on Saturday night?
Meanwhile, Usyk, weighing in at a lean 217.5 pounds, remained calm, noting that there won't be any war. He added,
Никакой войны не будет, это все Дерека слова. Я принес мир, и это будет офигенный, чистый, красивый бокс. Будет великолепный бой двух сильных типов.
David Haye was totally convinced that Chisora would dominate and believed Usyk didn't stand a chance against his relentless pressure.
How he looks is how where his mindset's at, and it's ready for war. It's ready for war. He knows he's fit. He knows he's got 12 rounds of action in him, and he wants to do damage. He really wants to do damage.
Heavyweight isn't cruiserweight, and without knockout power, Haye thought Usyk had no business being there.
I know the move up to heavyweight is so important to have that knockout power. Without the knockout power, it doesn't work.
Hearn then asked Usyk what he thought about Haye's earlier comment that Usyk was pillow-fisted, implying he wouldn't be able to stop heavyweights.
Пускай у Тони спросит. Пускай у Тони спросит.
Ask Tony Bellew.
Was Usyk's short response before he continued.
Sorry,
Вообще,
can we go
это
back to this?
офигенно,
Okay.
что они считают, что я безударный и то, что меня легко победить. Окей, так все, в принципе, считают.
Everyone
Зато я
thinks
двигаюсь
that,
быстро.
considers that way.
As this fight marked Usyk's second in the heavyweight division and his first in a year, expectations were high.
He's never had it happen to him before. He's never had a man significantly bigger than Wilder's never had that happen to him before. And Usyk's never had it either. He's never had a big man jump all over him. Never had it for 12 rounds. And I don't think he can prepare for that. I think it takes years to prepare to take the abuse that a big man brings. But he'll find that out in round 2, 3, and 4.
Finally, the fight took place at Wembley in London on October 31st, 2020, but without fans in attendance due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This fight wasn't just an important milestone in Usyk's career, it was his way of paying tribute to the Klitschko brothers, who helped showcase his talent.
From what he's seen before, how will he cope? Absolutely everybody says there's only one going the distance now.
The match kicked off, and both fighters immediately showcased their technique and aggression. Chisora relied on his strength, trying to impose his fighting style, but Usyk countered confidently with his speed and agility.
Take a look away. Good right hand. He's got Usyk's attention early here. So you're going to see Derek Chissora on the back end of that little exchange.
He's hoping that as long as he doesn't take anything, all those little things will start taking their toll. Good.
In the second round, Chisora continued throwing wide punches, landing dangerous blows toward Usyk. The Ukrainian aimed to keep his opponent at bay, though he still absorbed a few shots. Nonetheless, Usyk managed to tag Chisora as well.
Big. The biggest challenge he's faced. Here, and Chisora's not giving him any breathing. Are they going to have another right hook? Closing down.
By the third round, Chisora frequently held Usyk in clinches, but the referee didn't seem to notice. Usyk was mainly meeting Chisora's attacks with counters, but landed some solid shots to the body. The size difference between the two was evident. Chisora looked significantly larger.
And the odd good left hand.
Yeah, he'll pick his shots and he'll find those opening here in the last minute of this third round. Chisora
starting to place his punches, Usyk.
Yeah, comfortable.
In the fourth round, Usyk pushed Chisora away, and the British fighter was less aggressive. While he occasionally landed punches, Usyk was holding his own and started to look more comfortable.
It's making these punches look so significant because
the matador here in this fourth round regrouped really well, and he's really...
Usyk had a strong fifth round, showcasing great footwork and counterpunching. The fight was becoming increasingly competitive, and the Ukrainian looked confident.
Get those wheels under him here, Usyk. Here in this
timing Chisora well now, Usyk. Good job. And now jabbing.
Suddenly that ring doesn't seem quite so small, does it? He'll pick Chisora apart.
In the sixth round, Usyk continued to connect, though his punches didn't appear catastrophic for Chisora yet. Still, Chisora absorbed quite a bit during this round.
Such a nice point. I mean, he was in with some big heavyweights in his...
And Usyk's movement is just too good for that.
So he'll be very, very happy.
Chisora was saved by the bell in the seventh round as Usyk landed a shot that had him wobbling. Had it not been for the end of the round, a knockout could have been on the horizon.
So he's going to blow himself out.
He needs to jab over Chisora's jab and then move himself to his right.
Chisora has slowed noticeably. Now Usyk would like the rest of energy from somewhere. Chasing out, coming looking for him. He's up against them. Oh, lovely combination, and that second one beautifully timed from Chisora. And it hurt him, and he's hurt him again, and Chisora is now in a bit of trouble, backing up.
In the eighth round, Chisora began to gasp for air, and he was no longer as light on his feet. Usyk pressed him against the ropes, taking charge. Almost every punch from Usyk was landing cleanly.
This one punch can be a difference. It's just still a minute to go. Trying to get the stoppage. Chisora. The lead hand there. The determination there at the end of it. Usyk.
In the 9th round, Chisora had a decent showing, but it was unclear whether he was running on fumes. Usyk remained calm during this 3-minute stretch.
The first of the signs I can see that Usyk is starting to tire.
Chisora was gearing up for the final rounds in the 10th, but Usyk also had several good moments. The fight was escalating in intensity.
Suddenly starting to take some shots here, Usyk. He has to fire. A little bit on the weary side.
In the 11th round, Chisora, although looking tired, continued to hang in there. He was throwing heavy shots, but by the end of the round, Usyk was showing more activity.
Talking about early, a bit late in the day to be working the body, but he went for it there. That's power in his arsenal to disturb the really big. His 11th round, there is not much left.
In the 12th round, the fighters exchanged blows, and it was a hard-fought round.
He's absolutely outstanding performance from him.
The fight proved to be a true test for both men, and by the end of the 12 rounds, it was evident that Usyk, despite the shots and elbows from Chisora, stood firm.
This is one of the questions that have been
These guys. It's been a great effort by Chisora, but too much class and too much.
In the end, Usyk secured a unanimous decision victory, 117 to 112, 115 to 113, 115 to 113. After the fight, Usyk commented on his victory. "I'm fine. Derek boxed just as I expected, dirty and hard. I've got some aches in certain areas, my back, my ribs. But that's another story." This win made Usyk the mandatory challenger for the WBO world title held by Anthony Joshua. After the judges' scores were announced, Usyk shouted to the crowd, "Anthony, hello." Joshua was near the ring and responded to Usyk with a smile. During a conversation with reporters, Usyk hinted again at his desire to fight the champion, using the same tone he had with Chisora.
"Anthony, how are you? I'm coming for you. Anthony."
And what happened next? Well, you know. For Usyk, this was his second fight in the heavyweight division and his 18th as a pro. In all his previous fights, the Ukrainian had also come out on top. Chisora suffered his 10th defeat against 32 victories. Despite the loss, Chisora came to Usyk's locker room, asked for an autograph on his gloves, and shared burgers with the Ukrainian's team. They shared a meal, showing that even in boxing, where toughness reigns, friendship is possible. This fight not only confirmed Usyk's status in the heavyweight division, but also served as a shining example of how ambition, hard work, and dedication can pave the way for greatness.